Okay, so I've showed this bedroom several times in my videos. Like I had a decluttering video probably close to a year ago now. But as you see, again, just so much stuff that needs a home. So, with what little time I have yet before it gets too dark, I am going to put away what laundry I have, because today I just finished all the laundry I had. I did 4 loads, and so basically I have nothing dirty, except for what I'm wearing. I am going to go through each dresser drawer and my closet, get rid of what I think is not wearable, what I'm not going to wear, try to organize a little bit better. Some of these actually aren't even drawers for clothing. Like this one is not, these top 2 are not, but they need to be gone through. This one, I thought one of these was empty. Guess not. But some of these can be combined. I don't really have a lot of clothing. I tend to lose and gain weight crazy throughout the years, and at a certain point I just got sick of buying clothing because once I buy it, it wouldn't fit me. I'd have to buy a different size, and with the fluctuation of weight, it just doesn't make sense. So I buy just minimal things. Plus I work full time. I wear a uniform for work, so when I come home, shower up, I'm not trying to get all dressed up. I'm just wearing sweats or shorts and t-shirts, and that's that. If I go anywhere nice, then I'll buy a nice uniform, or not a uniform, but a nice outfit. But like I said, for the most part, I'm not somebody who has tons of clothing because I don't find it necessary. And I'm really trying to, not only with this decluttering, getting rid of it because I need to, because I'm not using it, but that's solely the purpose of it, is why are we holding on to things we just may use in the future. And clothing, I have clothing, actually this shirt in particular, let me show you. I've had this since I was like 19. I am now 41. So why am I wearing this shirt for the past 20 some years? I don't know. It still fits me, but it's getting holes and it really should go. It's just a memorabilia shirt. It's a band shirt. But again, it's just those things. Why am I holding on to it? Let me show you the closet real quick. It's pretty dark in here, even with the light on. Something I want to work on. But I did recently, like I have a bunch of totes up there. I did organize it a little bit. Like this container holds some stuff for when my son was a baby. Not a big person on memorabilia too much. I mean, I'll keep a thing here or there, so it's not really filled. It's not too much. I do have a small bag in the attic as well. Same with my daughter. I have a small bag in the attic of stuff, and then this is mostly like papers and stuff. Hers is on the bottom. The top one is something that I have of like things I kept throughout the year, like me and my husband got married and some anniversaries and stuff like that. And okay, my son just came home from school. I don't record my kids, so I had to stop and anyway, so I just want to finish talking about the closet and what I'm trying to do. This isn't too bad. I'm not in the closet every day. Well, I am just to grab a shirt, but it's not like I'm hanging out in here doing things. So up there I keep, I think stuff from beauty school. I actually don't really know. That's an empty tin, but ooh, I'm not really pointing at it. That's an empty tin. I got it. I don't know. I liked it, so I don't think I have anything in it. I'm planning on maybe putting like photographs or something in there. I'm not sure. Just some random stuff for Christmas or I got, and then those are just my bags. And then of course all my clothing here. I keep this bag's hung up here. I don't know if I'm planning on using it. Scarves. And then at the bottom here, which is hard to see, I do have some pairs of shoes. Yeah, you really can't see it all. But in here, I do have a blow-up mattress. Kind of would rather it not be in here. We might remove that. It's just a small space. I can't keep all this stuff in here. I do have a tote in here of a bunch of photographs, which about a year ago I did organize better. It is basically overflowing. It barely shuts. And then I have a shoebox of things too. I want to go through it, just kind of get rid of things I really don't think I ever need or care to have anymore. And the things I really want, like photos, I want them nicely. Like I said, I'm probably going to put them nicely up in this container, or maybe even a book. Some of the books I've had that had them in were so old. You know, they're like my husband's when he was a baby. Well, he's like almost 50, so between me and him, the books are that old, like they were just ruined. So I had to throw the books out. There's some photographs that are just not worth having. So yeah, I want to take care of that, but that's not a to-do today. But my goal is, yes, I want to focus on the dressers, get rid of all this nonsense, clean off my dresser tops, all of them, dust them. This is my husband's side. He takes care of his own area. I don't really touch it. He knows he has a clean up there. It's dusty. It mainly gets dusty from the incense he burns, which I don't know where the... Oh, it's back there, the incense holder. It's a mess because a lot of this stuff was over here, but we ended up putting a heater in there. Blah, blah, blah. He's taking care of that. I am not. Yeah, let's get this going. Okay, so yes, that was a very long intro. I'm sure I'm like most people. I really struggle to declutter, and today was a day that I knew I had to start getting it done. This actually was about a month ago. Part of the problem, you know, I started something, wasn't able to finish it between holidays and just life in general. And, well, it's just important just to keep at it. No matter how long it takes, just work a little bit every day and get it done. We are going to... Alright, so here real quick, I just kind of went through my sock drawer. I did it recently, so there wasn't much to go through. I have to wear black socks for work. I wear white socks in general, and then those small ones I was just stretching out are for like when you have to wear socks for shoes that you don't want to look like you're wearing socks. And that's pretty much it for this drawer. This drawer, it's getting too dark now. Let's see. I have some things in here. Like this is for putting your phone in when you exercise. I haven't, and it's too cold to really do anything outside, but I'm not going to get rid of that. A little talus or whatever you call that. I have some jewelry that my parents got me throughout the years from different trips or whatever have you. Like this is from Alaska, I believe. Not sure what's going on in here. Oh. I think I knew I had that. I'm not even sure if that's supposed to be for me or my daughter, actually. It's cute. Really nice necklace. Let's see what's in here. Oh, this is not jewelry. What is this? Oh, this is also from Alaska. My dad and stepmom went there a couple of years ago. I'd say probably almost like 10 years ago now. And yeah. Not sure what I'll ever do with those. That's kind of why they're in this box. But yeah, these are things I'm definitely keeping. I just am not wearing. Oh, and my children's baby teeth. Some people might find that creepy. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I really don't know whose is whose, though. At a certain point, I did lose track. I don't know. Just an empty bag. I'll probably get rid of that. And I do keep one glass case for when I need to. Oh, more hair. Every couple of years I cut my hair, and I usually cut lots and lots off. But now this is all matted, unfortunately. This was mine. Oh. Think. Yeah. One of them was my daughter's. So I might donate that as well. So I'll keep that out, actually. And these I don't wear contacts anymore. I can't, so I'm probably not going to keep these because I have no reason to when I have to wear glasses, so I'll just get rid of those. Alright, so for right now, I'm going to put all the stuff back in here. And I think what I'll do is just add to it then eventually. Okay, let's move to the middle drawers over here. So this one, again, pretty organized. It's really tight. This is all my swimming suits. Some boudoir as well. I don't wear this stuff that often, which is why it's in here. I'm not decluttering anything. This one I've had for a couple of years, but it's one of my favorites. It fits me really nice. I am a little thick around the waist, so this is also new. I think they're all pretty new. This I never wore. This I wore like once. This is still in the package. That I never wore. This one I wore several times. I still hold on to it as well because I do like it. So I'm not going to get rid of those. This is an all black one. This one I actually might, I don't know. I'm going to try them this year and see how they look, and if they don't look great, then I'll get rid of them. I'm not even sure how I accumulated so many in the first place. Well, I guess I do because, well, I try to not have the same one every year, and also with my weight adjustments, sometimes I need to buy different sizes. And then I got two of these overall ones. Well, I don't know what you call them. Just wear them over your swimming suit. Which I really like using those, so keep them. And then we don't really need to go through the lingerie. I'm going to hold on to that for now as well. Oh, I forgot to put this back in. Oh boy, I was going to show. Okay. And up here I have, well, a waist train I just bought, but it's too small. But I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to send it back. I'm just going to get a bigger size. And then in hopes that they work the way they're supposed to. And then I can wear this one eventually. That's what you get when you buy things out of country. Asian countries, you know, the sizes are 4 times bigger than the sizes here in America. So if you're normally a large like me or an extra large, you have to buy 4X, which is insane. Let me hold on to this. Just have some stockings and stuff, and these bras I have to try on, but this is where I fall in the declutter apartment. I know I haven't worn these in years. I'm probably not going to wear them, but I like to hold on to them because I know once I start losing weight, and that is my intentions this year, is to really focus on it. Sometimes I just lose weight without trying, and then I gain weight without trying, but I need to really buckle down, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to wear them better. Right now, the girls spill out, so I can't really wear them. But I mean, these things cost a lot of money. We all know, if you're a woman, you know bras cost money. And I hate to get rid of something I know I'm probably going to end up wearing. And then I have these here little, I don't know what this one's for. And then these, you know, tie on the bra in the back to make the straps not on your shoulder. Well, they stay on your shoulders, but they're not, how to explain it. They don't go in the middle of the side of the back. They go towards the middle. And all my jewelry, which I have to go through. So I'm going to leave this out to go through. This is body jewelry. I've had tons of piercings throughout my life. I've had my ears gauged. You name it, probably pierced. Probably not the same size it was meant to be. Like, look at these tongue rings. They're huge. But I'm never going to get any more piercings. I'm over that part of my life. I have what I have. I'm keeping what I have, and that's it. So I do need to declutter this, and yes, that's going to be my to-do list. I will leave that out. But right now, this is where I put my bras. I don't have very many. I did recently buy some, but still don't have many. And I am a fan of sports bras, so I try to buy those as much as possible. Okay, so this is my bra drawer. I don't have many, like I said. I have 4 sports bras here. I have one I'm wearing that's a pretty nice one. I kind of keep that for when I go out in the public. And then I have this one, which I've had for over a decade now. It's one of the best fitting bras I've ever had, and it still lasts, so I keep it. But I think I will be treating myself to some new bras sooner than later. Okay, let's make our way down to the bottom drawers here. Again, it doesn't look like I got rid of too much stuff, but I did recently declutter, so I didn't expect to have too much, but I think my main goal is just to organize it better. So I have this here long sleeve that matches a pair of pajama pants, but this never exactly fit me right. It's a little short, I would say. So I think I'm going to get rid of the top. And speaking of, these are the bottoms. You could tell that I wore them so many times. And these are actually kind of big on me, which is another thing that irritates me about clothing. Anytime you buy sets of stuff, I probably need to buy 2 different sizes, but can't always do that, I guess. Alright. So in here, just a bunch of shirts that I really don't wear that often because they're probably too small. So right now, yeah, too small. What is this? Oh, that's not too small. Forgot about that shirt. This one's a little tight. But not by much. So again, if I lose just a little bit of weight, I can definitely wear it. They're pretty much brand new. I think what I'm going to do is just hold on to some of them and maybe get rid of some of them. But I'm just going to remove everything right now because this is just not working. Me bending over. Okay, so this is my bra drawer. I don't have many, like I said. I have 4 sports bras here. I have one I'm wearing that's a pretty nice one. I kind of keep that for when I go out in the public. And then I have this one, which I've had for over a decade now. It's one of the best fitting bras I've ever had, and it still lasts, so I keep it. But I think I will be treating myself to some new bras sooner than later. Okay, let's make our way down to the bottom drawers here. Again, it doesn't look like I got rid of too much stuff, but I did recently declutter, so I didn't expect to have too much, but I think my main goal is just to organize it better. So I have this here long sleeve that matches a pair of pajama pants, but this never exactly fit me right. It's a little short, I would say. So I think I'm going to get rid of the top. And speaking of, these are the bottoms. You could tell that I wore them so many times. Okay, so this is how my sock drawer looks. I did find the rest of the pairs I have. I do have a couple sitting up here that don't have matching socks, so if I don't find them by my end of declutter, I'm just going to throw them out. I'll just assume that they've been lost and I'm not going to find them. These are shirts that the ones towards the front I can wear, the ones towards the back might be a little tight. Maybe sometimes I can wear them depending on the time of the month. But anyway, these are ones to wear out. These are not like bedtime shirts. They're nice shirts. However, these ones are bedtime shirts or shirts I use when I paint or do any kind of crafting or art. They're old, tattered, painted up. And then those are long sleeve shirts. Again, I don't wear them out. They're for bedtime. So far I have plenty of room in here. My one goal was to empty all of these and use this dresser for one of my kids' rooms. I would like to replace my son's dresser. I'm not sure if it's necessary or not. I figured this might fit in. It's kind of tall. And we live in a Cape Cod, so the kids' rooms are kind of angled like a triangle, so they're pretty tight against the wall. I'm not sure, but I do utilize all the drawers. I mean, after I declutter, they're going to be a lot less. But as you see, this one's pretty full. This is work pants, so that's pretty full. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. So right now I'm just going to declutter, keep them as they are. I also have a bunch of sweatshirts like right here hanging up that need to go somewhere. So probably realistically, I'm not going to get rid of this dresser. Probably just going to end up keeping it in here. I like to keep it as a set as well. I mean, it'll be really silly to have, you know, it split up. And this dresser set's so old. We've had this since me and my husband been together. Actually, we got it in 2004. My dad bought it for us. So it's almost 22 years we've had it. Still works great. Love it. I mean, there's markings. Again, after 22 years of having something, and we've moved over a dozen times and we have kids, so it's definitely not like perfect. But I did want to repaint it at some point because I definitely want to keep on to it. My dad spent a lot of money when he bought it, so, you know, I'd like to hold on to it for as long as I can and maybe give it to my children one day. So we'll see. But anyway, we're just going to let this drawer be as it is. I do have a couple other shirts that are really long that I wear basically only at night, like nightgown shirts. So I'll probably just fold those up quick and put those in the middle, but essentially this drawer is done. These are my underwear drawers. I'm not going to go through them. Nobody cares to see them. And to be honest, this drawer is packed of nice underwear that I've wore. Most of it I probably never wore, and maybe some of it I wore once or twice. Again, I can't really wear. I gain some weight and until I lose the weight. I don't want to get rid of it though. A lot of it's really nice and it's very expensive. Now, to this drawer. As you can see, I don't got too much going on, just a bunch of leggings. And then these are my shorts. I know I talked about my weight fluctuations several times. That's because I've been diagnosed with PCOS recently. It's something I've had for probably a long time. I also am in perimenopause. I know that might be a little TMI for some people, but I think most women can relate that that causes a lot of weight gain. Yeah, I don't got much going on in here. I have about 5-6 pair of leggings between here and the one I have on. This is my only pair of pants that I have for bedtime. So I usually do wear leggings, but I don't know. I tend to get too hot sometimes and just take them off. And then my shorts. So anything else that was in here is going. Alright, so here's how this drawer turned out. A couple sweatshirts in here. This thing is the warmest thing I've ever worn. Anytime we go out in the middle of the winter and like I know I'm going to be outside for a while, that's something I wear. It's not the prettiest, but it does its job. All my work pants, ones I don't wear now, ones I do wear. A couple sweatshirts. These are jackets, but same deal. These I'm going to be rotating. I do have some more jacket-like things here. I'm going to keep wanting to get rid of one of these, I think. I don't think I need 2 of them. Also have a black one here. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is just putting them out in the coat rack to wear. And then I do have this also for work. This is more of a spring jacket, so I guess I could probably put it back in this drawer. Maybe I'll put both of these in there. We'll see if they fit fine. But yeah, other than these, this is so far declutter. I'm getting rid of all this stuff here. Well, not the jewelry. All this clothing. Some underwear. So I made some progress today. Some, not as much as I would have liked, but it's good enough for now. Okay, so I'm just gathering all the stuff I plan on decluttering into this bag and getting it out of the room. Some of the stuff I was throwing away, though. But back to the PCOS topic. From what I gather, many women actually struggle with that. I did not know. I had to do a lot of my own research on it. I basically self-diagnosed myself years ago, but I was always being gaslit by my doctors and the gynecologists. They were just basically telling me that I just need to lose weight, walk and eat healthy. And the crazy thing is, yes, walking, eating healthy has helped, but when you have PCOS, it's basically an insulin resistance, and you will just gain weight regardless. So I encourage any woman who thinks they might have the symptoms, go get checked, because chances are you probably have it, and it's something you need to take care of as soon as possible. Okay, so there's that. I have this dress that I wore to my mom's wedding recently. I'm going to try to sell it. I'm probably never going to wear it again, so no reason to keep on to that. This is the bedding that we rotate. It's not ideal, but I'm not exactly showing you, am I? But for right now, it's where it's staying. Got rid of all the coats and stuff except for that one that's my husband's. This is not a coat, this is a cape. This is for cutting hair. Yes, I was in beauty school, so we're going to put that where it belongs. And this is empty. It did sit in our bedroom, or our living room. It's back here. Oh my gosh. A pillow. I think I'm going to get rid of as well, so that's got to go. Not getting rid of the books, but this shelf I'm also going to get rid of as well. Alright, we're back. It's a new day. Ooh, see how bright it is outside? It's only 37 degrees, I think. It looks warmer than what it is. Anyway, so today I'm going to continue cleaning the bedroom. Gotta get this all taken care of. Probably declutter some stuff there. Still have this stuff to figure out. And this closet I haven't touched yet. Which is hard to see. So like I said, I was recently diagnosed with PCOS back in the summer. I just turned 41. And from what I've learned, this is something you're born with. It's not something that can be cured. It's something you just have to live with and figure out what you need to do to keep your symptoms under control. Obviously, eating healthy and exercising is key. But most people take like metformin, which is a diabetic medicine. I'm trying not to get on that, so I start taking some supplements, berberine and myo-inositol. And so far, well, the berberine I was only taking for a few days now, but the myo-inositol I've been taking for about 6 months. I'm seeing some changes in the positive, but then there's other things I'm not seeing a change with. But then again, if I'm not walking or exercising or eating the best, it's probably not going to work. These are not medicines made to make you lose weight, but they help control the insulin. PCOS affects your entire body. I mean, it makes you tired and fatigued, which is part of the insulin resistance. Your cortisol levels are off, which is your hormone, your stress hormone. And I do have a stressful job. It's a lot less stressful now because I've had changed my position. But nonetheless, life's just stressful. We all live in stressful times. So I think I need to get into like yoga. I have a lot of things I'm going to really start doing this year. It's all about self-care for me. That's my New Year's resolution. It's not even just about losing the weight. It's just being healthy. And being healthy and having a healthy mindset will encourage that. But yeah, throughout my years, I would lose and gain weight, probably 25 to 30 pounds within a couple of months. So I have no doubt that I can lose the weight. It's just, that was one of my big red flags, that I would go to the doctors and say, hey, why am I losing and gaining mass amounts of weight in such a short time? That's kind of concerning. I was not getting my periods normally. Now I am. But they last longer than they used to, so that's a little discouraging, but you are supposed to be having them, so I guess I just have to live with the fact that I have them. What else? I was getting thinning of the eyebrows and thinning of the hair. I don't really have the acne. I also have facial hair, and I've had facial hair for since my late teens, early 20s. And again, that was a big red flag. And I mentioned it, and the doctors were like, that shouldn't be a problem. Well, I guess they just don't know behind the scenes what I really was dealing with. And I would, again, encourage anybody that has any of those symptoms, go get checked. Because if you're not getting your period, you're gaining weight, especially around the midsection.
Okay.
Like, I'm not really a heavy person, but I look pregnant. And that's a lot of, the insulin resistance, makes you gain weight there. It also affects your kidneys, your liver. You can get fatty liver disease with that, which is something I'm concerned about. I had blood tests over the summer, and they were looking like I have something wrong with my liver, so I have to be tested again pretty soon. And it's just been discouraging that, again, for 20 some years of my life, I've definitely been dealing with this, and now I'm finally
so my memory card in my camera is full again, so I have to take stuff off of it. So far, this is what I did. I was going to rearrange these boxes, but I really do like how this looks. These are memorabilia boxes and a blanket that my dad got me a couple years ago for my birthday, so they stay there all nice. I ended up putting the bag up top here. This is my beauty school bag. I get in it maybe once a year or so. So no need to have that stored elsewhere. It's fine here, but it needs to be up top where I can get access to it, but it's not really in the way. And then I have these two totes, ones with bags I keep mostly for camping or when we go somewhere, and then my scarves and a heated blanket up here. I don't use those often, so they're fine there. And I didn't have enough room in my beauty school bag for nail and makeup stuff, so that's separate. So I put it in here. This was a bag we used to put like gloves and stuff in, but I found a different tote for that. So that's all tucked in there nicely. And it looks pretty good. So again, this is stuff that I would like to have access to, but not that often. So everything's fine there. I still haven't put away my shoes yet, so I'm going to quick organize those and just stick them in here. Okay, I don't really like how this looks. So you have boots here, So I think I'm going to take the shoe rack from the living room and put it in here and see how that looks. So another New Year's resolution would be like just completely decluttering my house. And I know that's like a big topic for a lot of people. It's been a big trend for quite some time, I've noticed on YouTube. But I've really started getting into about a year ago. We have been living in this house for 7 years. We only just bought it 3 years ago, though. It is a family house. When we didn't inherit it, we bought it, but we did inherit a lot of stuff that came with it, and I really wish I had recorded and posted on YouTube years ago of all the stuff that we had in this house and we got rid of. And I mean, I was just thinking, like, me and my husband have been together since I was 18 and he was 23 or whatever, but we've moved probably at least a dozen times or so, and we've just accumulated so much through the years, especially having kids. And like, my firstborn was 3 months premature, and I don't know if a lot of people felt bad for us. Well, I'm assuming they did, because it was kind of devastating that she came so early, and we were not prepared for it in the least bit. We thought we had some time to prepare to have a child, and I was in the hospital for over a week. Like, it was 10 days, so I was out of work for a while, and again, wasn't prepared, so I didn't have a lot of money saved up, or we didn't have things all bought that we needed. So we had a lot of people help us, but people just would constantly send us clothing, or my mom would buy us clothing, which was great. I don't think I had to get anything for my daughter clothing wise until she was maybe like 7 or 8 years old. Between people just buying stuff, donating stuff, hand-me-downs, whatever have you. So it was definitely a big blessing to have that support system. But again, with that, it does accumulate a lot of, clothing. And clothing is one of the big clutters that people deal with. But it's not even just clothing, it's everything and anything. And my husband definitely has hoarding tendencies. He always thinks he can find a purpose for anything. And for me, I'm just like, if it's just going to sit in a closet or sit in a drawer for years and you haven't found that purpose, then you got to let it go, bro. Like, it's not necessary. So I'm really trying to focus on all that. So the first thing, like I said, I recorded this about a month ago. It was the end of December, but starting now in January, I'm going through each room of my house, and we're just going to get rid of anything and everything that is not being used. And I don't have a huge house, so it shouldn't take, too long to get through the whole house, but we're definitely going to focus on that
Okay,
this
so
year.
this is what I'm decluttering. Well, except for this dress. I think I have to wash. There was a mark on it. Just got 2 belts here. These belts I had since I was a teenager. And no, they definitely will not ever probably fit me again. So they're going to go. I'm taking the photos out of here. I'm getting rid of that bag set. And this is games. So they don't need to be, they're like those discs that you throw. I don't know what kind of game you call it. The outside disc game thing. So that's got to go down in the basement. Boots I'm getting rid of. I'm not sure what I'm doing with those yet. And let's see what else. I'm still going through this stuff. Well, actually, no. This is all either Christmas presents or declutter. So I do have to organize that. I decided since this tote was not being used and I've been keeping extra bedding in this bag, which I hate it, I'm going to try to shove it in this tote. I'm not sure if it's going to fit. Got a bunch of pillowcases, sheets, and the blankets. So it's going to stick out, but I'm going to see what I can do about it. And then I think I'm going to end up putting it in the closet. And I keep rearranging this closet because I'm a very indecisive person, but this is just becoming a lot. I think I'm going to end up just removing those 2 and putting it up there. I'm leaving those there because those are bags and scarves that I will use. And I feel like clothing and bags should stay in a closet. And then these 2, actually a lot of stuff in there might not even be good. But I didn't want to take the time today to do it. So that's why it's in there. But I think for now I'm going to try putting that here. And, I guess my plan wasn't going to work. I was going to try to put these back up where they were. And then bring this back down. I'm going to do a little rearranging. So far, this is how my clothing's looking. I don't have very much, but I don't need very much. I don't do a lot of outings. And then down here, oops, a shirt fell. Down here, I ended up putting the shoe rack in from the living room because I had all the shoes in this bag, which is not an actual shoe organizer. I had one, but I got rid of it because it got really dirty. So I start using in this, but obviously that's not going to work if it's not divided. And this works fine. It actually works pretty perfect in here. It's not too high. On this side, there's a bag of, I don't know if you call them galoshes or shoes that you wear to like the beach, out camping, going to a water park, something like that, where you don't want to be barefoot. And then my uniforms for work, which I narrowed down to only like 5. Those are one size, and I put another size that I have away. As I stated before in this video, I wear several sizes depending on the time of the month. Most women can understand that, so I do have to have 2 different sizes. All right, let me finish getting this organized and this put away. I'm going to get this cleaned up and all of this out of here, and then we'll go from there. All right, so this is what we got for declutter. This is a bunch of clothing I'm either going to try to sell or just give away. Boots I'm going to try to sell. I'm not sure what to do with this. I wanted to use it to hang up, but I don't even know how to put it back together. I understand the concept of how to put it together. I just don't think I have the patience to do it, to be honest. So I think I'm just going to get rid of that. Box to declutter, just random stuff. Probably just going to end up taking that to donation, except for the pillow because I probably won't take it. Some bags, I'll see my daughter once, otherwise get rid of that. Curtains, I'm going to see my mother-in-law once. Boots. This stuff is not declutter. This is going to go in here. Alright. Then I have, this is all trash. Just a bunch of old work clothing or things that need to go, but I don't have any room. And then I have a few things over here that are going to go to work. And down the hall, all this stuff's going in the basement. Photos, my air mattress, generator, things that don't need to be in my bedroom. Alright, I think I'm done messing around with the closet today. This is how it's going to be. Memorabilia. There is the nail and makeup stuff I have to go through. Scarves, bags. I look at the shoes. A lot more organized. And this is just Christmas stuff. And, well, on the back there is my beauty school bag, which probably will stay. But this stuff will be out of here in the next couple weeks. And so far the clothing. This is a lot of hangers. I don't want them hanging here, so I'm going to end up putting them, I think, in a bag and put them in the basement. But so far, so good. I only have like 2 purses. I'm going to get rid of that. Decided after staring at it, I don't want it. Do need to hang up my computer bag here. So it's heavy, like there's something in it. Oh, I don't think I can hang it actually. Well, that might just sit at the bottom here then. But this is my only other bag that I use, so I'm going to hang that inside of here. Alright, so that's how that looks. I ended up putting all the extra bedding that we use in this bag. I will put it underneath the bed if it fits, hopefully. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. But that fit pretty perfect, and yeah, make use of that. Alright, so this is declutter. I'm going to get this cleaned up and organized. This just needs to be cleaned up over here. It's not so much getting rid of that stuff. I also still need to go through this little area and my desk. So let's start here and work our way around. Just look how dusty that is. Ugh. Okay, let's clean. Just look at all that dust. That's pretty gross. That's from dusting off these guys. I'll be honest, I probably haven't dusted them in like 2 years. Main reason is when I went to dust them the last time, I ended up breaking this one by grabbing it. I don't know. You can see how it's glued together there. But anyhow. This dish that my daughter made me, like when she was a kid, like, well, she's a kid now, but when she was much younger, I'm going to put away. Then I just have this little fairy stuff sitting out. Ugh, still looks like there's streaks on the TV. I have to clean that better. Okay, so I have these boxes that my husband got me, I don't know, for Christmas or anniversary or something. Oh, jeez. Usually keep little trinkets in, like those are pins. I just put all the stones in this one. I used to keep them in, where did I put them? Oh, in here, but they don't fit, so I shoved them all in here. And then I got 3 more. This one's empty. That has actual rocks in it, and coins. So anyway, I'm not going to get rid of this stuff, so I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep the boxes too. I thought about getting rid of them, but I think they're cute. But they're going to go up top of the shelf here. I have a couple books I'm going to keep on to. Okay, this is how it's looking. These 2 things are empty. I might put some stuff in them if possible. Maybe I will get rid of these boxes eventually and put the stuff in there. I don't know yet. I still find these cute, so I'm leaving them as. Got some memorabilia here. These dishes I bought recently at a little art festival. I haven't decided what to do with them yet. And I put this basket here. This holds my remote, some electrical plugs, and camera stuff. Got pens here. And a lot more organized up here. I do have to go through my jewelry yet. But other than that, everything's organized. So, still have to empty these out and get rid of all this stuff. So, yeah, Oreos. Had them in here for like a year. Alright, I'm just going to take all the stuff, put on the bed, organize everything, take everything to its proper locations. Another thing would be like organization would be another like New Year's resolution as well. I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with decluttering, but it is kind of different as well. It's not just about personal things. It's more just organization in my life. Unfortunately, I don't have set hours at my job, but well, most of the time I work a certain hour. So for most days, I feel like I could be on a better schedule of waking up at the same time, going to bed at the same time, getting in that exercising routine. And, you know, it's just been a downfall for the past 20 years. I've never had a set schedule. I'd work mornings, nights, all hours. But even when I was a store manager, I was supposed to work 9 to 5s, and a lot of times that didn't happen. But now I'm working like 3 to 11s, and then once in a while morning shifts. So basically, I just need to get myself organized no matter when I work. Just get that schedule set together. And I think that will help me a lot too, even with, the bettering my PCOS symptoms and my overall health. Okay guys, so it's been a month since I last recorded in my bedroom. I had plans to finish showing you guys what I did, but well, a lot has happened. I was busy with work, we had the holidays, I was not feeling well for a little while. So we put that all on hiatus. But now we're in a new year. So this week I am 100% finishing this room. And I'm also going to continue working throughout the rest of my house as intended. I do want to show you what my room looks like. Oh, that's so terrible. So last time I left off, nothing has changed with the closet, really. I think I just may have added a bag or two in here. So this has been staying pretty well. Same with my closet. I have some laundry to do, so it's actually a little empty. And down here, I know it's really hard to see, but this has maintained everything so far, too. It's just my shoes, and then over here is my beauty school bag. And that's it. So nothing has changed in here. This is staying nice. I haven't gone through that bag up there yet, though. That still has some stuff I need to go through, but not in any rush to do that. It was my daughter's birthday this week, so that's why I have wrapping paper in here. I do have to get that out. This little pile of stuff that was just thrown in here. Let me show you the drawers, because I don't think I finished showing you those. So that one is completely empty. This one I just have jewelry and some work stuff and just little odds and ends in there. That's empty. This is just some nice pants and nice skirts, which I don't even think I can even wear, but I do keep them just in case. Let's get this out the way. This is pants I wear now and a bunch of sweatshirts. And then my work stuff's on the bottom. Work pants, work sweaters, sweatshirts. And those are pretty packed. This is bedding, which I do alternate. It's soon time for me to do my bedding again, so that's just going to stay there. And this I haven't done anything else with. It is what it is. It's just paperwork, and then my books I keep in the bottom there. I am going to dust in here today since it's been a little bit. I don't know about the rest of you all, but I tend to wear some clothing for a few days before I wash it. Bra, pants I only wore for a little bit, so that's why they're out. I did do a couple things different. Well, first of all, I did go through my jewelry. It's not 100% organized, but it's much better than what it was. Got rid of a whole bag of stuff that I know wouldn't want anymore. I also got rid of, I had 2 baskets here. I just narrowed it down to this one. These are my supplements and my deodorant. So that's all nicely tucked in there. And then I put my roll-on perfumes in here, which most of them are running out. Oh, that's pretty full. This one's low. So once I get rid of these, I'll buy some more new ones. That's one of my biggest goals, is to not be buying any more stuff. I spent a lot of money through the years buying things just for them to sit. You know, things like this don't last forever. So after you buy lotion and you open it and you let it sit for a couple months, well, you have to, or I wouldn't say months, maybe like a year, then you eventually have to get rid of it. So even with like deodorant, that doesn't last forever. So nobody should be having multiple of any of that kind of stuff, I don't feel. I already went through my drawers. I'm not going to go through those. Nothing has changed. This is where I ended up putting my tank tops though. So I'm pretty happy with all how that worked out. If you ignore the cleaning stuff, this has maintained itself. This is empty. I don't have anything in here. I was holding perfumes in it at one point. It's a very vintage old bag, and I plan on keeping that. And then my desk. Let me just turn something around here. I do have paperwork there. I don't need you to see that. But this has pretty much... See all the dust that's starting to build up already. But this has pretty much stayed. Still a little full of stuff, but this is the stuff I want to keep. I don't plan on getting rid of my cat's ashes, pictures, a couple books, my college degree, certificate, diploma, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I just wanted to show that. Because last time I didn't go through my jewelry. I didn't go through... Oh, I got rid of the boxes. That's what was up there. So I just put all of my rocks and stuff, what I want to keep in here, and got rid of the rest to my kid. And then this has my coins in it. This little box. So, much better than what it was. And I'm super glad that it's pretty much maintained the cleanliness throughout the past month, other than that little pile of stuff that was sitting in front of our closet that my husband put there. And yeah, got rid of a lot of stuff, as you can see from this big declutter pile, some trash. And I just have to clean under my bed, and my husband still has to do his side of the room. But other than that, the room is done, and hopefully it can stay nice and clean and decluttered for a while. Alright, I want to thank you for your time with me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.